It was once known as the gateway to the South Suburbs, but has fallen on hard times due to decades of disinvestment and poverty. Harvey has also been synonymous with political and police corruption and struggled last year with the highest number of homicides of any municipality in Cook County outside of Chicago. But locals believe there are reasons for optimism, and there have been big changes afoot in recent months. Harvey is where Paris Schutz and producer Marissa Nelson spent the day reporting as part of our In Your Neighborhood series. Paris joins us now right outside the Harvey City Hall. Paris.
Yeah, Brandis, you mentioned those challenges. Harvey finished last year with 31 homicides. That's about 14 more than the next highest municipality here in Cook County outside of Chicago. And also right now, the town is dealing with 100% capacity at Ingalls Memorial Hospital. That is the biggest local hospital here in town. It has got federal help now to deal with that Omicron surge. But there are reasons to believe that Harvey is turning the corner from the historic problems that have plagued it. And let's remember, it was once a hub of manufacturing, longtime home to the Dixie Mall, immortalized in the Blues Brothers movie. But right now, about a third of the town's 20,000 residents live below the federal poverty level. And the town has also dealt with constant allegations of political corruption. But in 2019, the longtime mayor, Eric Kellogg, stepped down and one of his chief critics, Christopher Clark, took over. Now, Clark took the extraordinary step late last year of firing the police chief and announcing an overhaul of the entire police department after some very public allegations of corruption in that department. And right now, Harvey native, 32-year-old Deputy Police Chief Cameron Biddings is overseeing that transition. He says they're already hiring new officers, investing in new technology, like a new fleet of vehicles, he says, for the first time in 20 years, a new 411 system, and much more.
We currently have a gunshot detection system that we're putting in place as well that's really going to help with these shootings that are occurring, the shots fired that people are hearing outside their homes at night. And we also have a system right now, which is a license plate reader devices that have been placed throughout the city that are really going to help us with these stolen autos. So we're just being proactive to combat some of this crime that we're dealing with.
And Harvey was recently named one of 9 cities in the nation to receive a 3-year grant from the Robin Hood Foundation to fight poverty. Now, that has led to a program called Uplift Harvey, which provides services that run the gamut from mental health to job and skills and entrepreneurship training. And Uplift Harvey says it is already seeing results in the town.
Ideally, what happens is when you have people disinvested in a community, it just takes one person to start making a change where people might decide that, hey, let's take a look back at Harvey and see what's going on there. There's some new things happening.
A group of kids who live with their aunt, and we got them connected with our summer jobs program. They've gone through our job readiness program, and they are also now a part of our entrepreneurship program. And they just pretty much follow us wherever we go, whatever program.
And the Refuge Church has been operating here in Harvey for 8 years, trying to uplift community members as well. Church leaders led a massive code and food drive over the holidays, and they say they're there for some of the residents' deepest needs.
There is a lot of disparity. There is a lot of brokenness. Our desire is to help the rebuilding and recovery of this city. So we actually make available recovery services. There are pastoral counseling and things of that nature. But also we have a housing program. We've been able to house over 15 families up until this point, and we do it all upon our own dime.
And speaking of housing, city leaders are touting the biggest private development here in 20 years, a 5-story, 51-unit downtown apartment complex built with the help of some grants from the Illinois Housing Development Authority, and it'll be there to house people who work nearby.
This is a huge deal. This is an indication that the private sector is looking at Harvey, that we're open for business. They see that they can get projects done. They're happy about the new administration and being able to work with us to be able to get this legislation packaged and through so that we can break ground and get some of these projects going.
Now to the COVID surge. Not surprisingly, it has hit this town very hard, and it has socked the U of C's Ingalls Memorial Hospital. They have been operating at 100% capacity for the last few weeks. The hospital says it saw a peak of 95 COVID patients per day 2 weeks ago. Now, they say that's down to 80 right now, but it has overtaxed the facility and workers to the point where the Federal Health and Human Services Department sent 20-plus doctors, nurses, and pharmacists to assist with all the activity there. The COVID surge has meant long ER wait times and postponement of other critical care.
It's very challenging. It's putting a lot of additional pressures on them. Long wait times to get in the emergency department, bed capacity issues. COVID patients require special isolation, which inhibits our ability to, have capacity in the hospital.
And Ms. Steinauer says the morale among staff has taken a huge hit with this Omicron surge, and the federal workers are expected to be there through next Friday. But light at the end of the tunnel, as they say, they believe they have passed the peak of their COVID cases. A couple more notes. Many notable residents from Harvey, comedy legend Tom Dreesen, and also my late father, John Schutz, born and raised here in Harvey. And in a bit, we will be back with the mayor, Christopher Clark, to talk about how he plans to deal with these myriad of challenges.
Okay, Paris, thank you. We'll see you shortly.